Hello from Kirksville, Missouri. Good afternoon to all of you. Uh, this is Rant and Randy's Rant for 1/14/2020. I just wanted to start off with was only able to have enough time. I sent it live up to Twitter, my page up there, and I was only able to get to uh, just the public feed and my timeline today. I was running short. I've been running around all day long trying to get some business done. Hello, Dave. Hello, Joe. Uh, on that is we are now required with Medicare Part D to come up with your deductible at the start of the year. Went in for Grace's medication the other day, or in fact, yesterday. They wanted $44 or $45.11 for one. It's a generic for Crestor. In any case, $30 of it or more, 31.15, is the deductible you have to pay up front. And that's because they're not taking it out of Medicare because we qualified for extra help this year. It's continuing. Her other drug was for blood pressure, cost 27 cents with extra help. I called her doctor's nurses today at the doctor's office, and they got it knocked down one time for I'll be able to go pick it up later this evening or tomorrow morning for $10. But they were saying you're going to have to pay that deductible sooner or later. That was a mess. Other things going on kind of kept me away from here, but I did hear some important stories. Hello, Bonnie. All right. And I wanted to start out with this first. Today I'll be researching a story about General Solomandi and his business ties to President Donnie. I believe, from what I heard, this was back in 2016. And now the man has been killed by Donnie's attack. And I heard, too, he's been planning to attack the man since July of 2019. So there's going to be a whole lot more discovered on that story. Let me gavel the meeting in. I'm going to be trying not to beat the hell out of Donnie every time I come out here. I would rather do it with information for you rather than resort to the doll all the time. I hope I don't disappoint anybody with that kind of approach. But I'm here to inform you as well as keep you entertained, and I feel like Donnie's more entertainment. And I want to go second to a story. White House now knows that articles of impeachment will not be dismissed. But I've got a question because I'm now hearing the Republicans say they want to hear the opening arguments before they decide which way they're going to vote, where there were 4 or 5 that were definitely going to vote for witnesses. Let me ask everybody something. How do you hear opening arguments if the trial by McConnell, they want it dismissed? Well, we'll have to see how that works out. Let's see. That was the second story. I'm trying to put these in some kind of order where I don't go back and repeat stories over. But I tell you, it's such a damn load every damn day that it's hard not to. All right, I'll read through them. And I already covered that with the 4 votes or possibly 5. Let's see. The Russian government is hacked into the Ukrainian gas company. They are trying again to influence the 2020 election for Donald Trump. This reporter that reported this, and I'm just basically going from memory from Rachel's show, the reporter was saying that she checked with officials with our intel. They're claiming they don't know anything about it. Very interesting that now they wouldn't know anything about that. It smells. See, he asked China and he asked Ukraine to interfere in the 2020 election, and Russia just jumps in because they love their useful idiot in the White House. Is the only reason that I can find behind that. The House is continuing to investigate from the Freedom of Information Act. Lev Parnas has turned over emails and all kind of documents. I think some of it is his cell phone records. Schiff said that the White House wants to release documents to the Senate. More or less, they should turn over whole documents. The way they're going to do at the White House is cherry pick the shit and then send it to the Senate. If they're going to do that, like he said, turn over whole documents. You can't get anything out of partial documents. But they feel like they don't need it anyway because they want to, get it shut down as fast as possible. So just provide partial stories, partial documents, so that they can prove their point. McConnell will say, that's it, it's over. Bullshit. 21 Saudis in the Royal Air Force have been kicked out by our government, and yet not a word from Trump. Why? Why is he not saying anything? Oh, wait a minute. He's buddies with the Saudi prince through Jared Kushner. Couldn't be anything dirty going on there, huh? And besides, they're making lots of money. And that's all that counts. Just like him lining his pockets with taxpayer money from all his damn golfing and having to protect his whole damn family. You ever notice too, anytime they go anywhere, they take the whole damn family, the whole cabinet, and that is a hell of a bill in itself because they all have to have Secret Service protection. They almost ran out of money halfway through 2017 after he was in. Oh, he was going to be too busy to play golf. And yet he's already spent more than Barack Obama did on golf in 8 years. Shit. It's all about the money. Donnie has done business with the Saudis for decades. In 2006, he was working on a Trump Tower deal in Saudi Arabia. His partner backed down. Everything with Donnie is about profit for himself. All right, I already covered that. POTUS lies again about he saved pre-existing conditions, yet he's having Bill Barr hold up the Supreme Court on totally dismantling the ACA until after the election. Damn. Just damn. Oh, holy shit. Trust this man that dismantled healthcare. He could do anything about healthcare in 3 years, but he's going to do it after he gets reelected. Uh-huh. We all believe that, don't we? And remember, he said shortly after he got in, who knew healthcare was so complicated? Because, Donnie, you're a dumbass and you didn't think about that. You just promised everybody they would have excellent health care at a lower, much lower cost. We saw how that worked out. You're right, Dave. I was saying that earlier to Grace. All 50 states need paper ballots because they are backups. They can't go through and cherry pick their voters that way, the way they can on electronic voting machines. And I'm just going down through the pages here, folks. This asshat tweeted a photo of Schumer and Pelosi in Muslim garb with it was a retweet, and he and below it said Democrats 2020 against, I believe it was an Iranian flag. Meanwhile, Stephanie Grisham, I'll call her press spokesman because she's not a press secretary. She doesn't face the press unless you want to count Fox Spews as being the press. We know better than that. Spreading more lies about Democrats. Let's see. And their president can't win without lies and dividing us, dividing the populace. Lies, deny, and defy. That's what they are about. And between the two of them and Fox News, they're un-American. They have no American values whatsoever. All they want is to spit all over the Constitution, wipe their feet, and claim their law and order. How? Not under that Constitution, they're not. There's no one above the law, and we all know it. And they play on fear and hating others. And he has an ever-changing others. Now it's the Democrats. It's also the Muslims. It's also people of color. It's also people from Mexico or Central America or Venezuela or wherever. If they need help getting away from violence in their country, he's against them. And they all become criminals. And what he tells his crowd is hate the others. Okay, I already got that story. And that reporter's name in the New York Times that was interviewed was Nicole Perlroth. And as I said, she spoke to U.S. intel officials, and they claim they know nothing about it, which figures because he's busted that all up into pieces. And yet, he didn't trust Intel, but now he trusts Intel. Let's see. And the Russians didn't hide their intent this time. What they're going to do is they can spread disinformation within the emails that they've gone after with Burisma. And again, they'll write it out so that Biden and Hunter are guilty. This is bullshit. And we saw him right on the lawn. Russia, I guess, figured they'd jump in too. They know it. They have a useful, and it was according to the reporter, they had the same internet company, the signature of Fancy Bear and the GRU tactics that, and made no attempt to hide it. They're doing this in broad daylight because they know that Donnie's not going to say a damn word. Just like with the Pensacola shooting, he's not going to say anything bad about Saudi Arabia because they're giving him money. That's about all I got for you today. Like I said, I was in and out so much, taking care of business. And that's life, folks. You have it happen to you, and I have it happen to me. There's things we have to get done, and I hate for it to cut into what I do here. But two, there's things that, for example, today, I'm having to get in contact with PC Matic to ask for my $50 back because of Team Viewer. They are blocking me from getting my license for PC Matic. And if I can't get to it, I've got the 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. If I don't get the money back by then, PC Matic gets to keep it, and I still won't have anything I can use. Ah, holy shit. Boy, that's life, isn't it? But hopefully I can get something done with that because I am about ready, if no other way, to get back at Team Viewer. I will keep coming out against them in my YouTube and my Facebook rants because these people need to be stopped. I just got a call yesterday, and they had some of these companies had the nerve to actually leave you a message because it's a robocall, which I thought, now Donnie took care of that. That's against the law. Okay, give me another damn fairy tale. But in any case, what they do is, I had a call yesterday that said, please do not hang up. Your computer service is closing. If you would like a refund, then they give you a list of options. What they're looking for in that is for you to say yes to something. Probably has nothing to do with computers. But again, it was a Pakistani or Indian voice delivering the message, telling you not to hang up until you chose your option. So I hung up on them. Holy shit. And this shit has increased ever since Donnie's been in office. He doesn't care who makes money. If you're lucky enough to make some money, he doesn't care if it's in Pakistan, if it's in Africa or whatever, because I can guarantee you his robocalls for reelection are not going to be against the law. He's going to keep doing those. All right, I will let you go, and I will remind you, persist with them. This is a big week we've got coming up, and it looks like it's going to get thrown on to next week and making yet another big week, but we will get that trial underway, and we've got to let them know we need a fair trial there. We also need, as I explained to one of my high school friends, I'm just out here for a fair trial in the Senate. against an impeached president. I'm also here because I want to see free and fair elections in 2020. If we don't fight it, Russia will help him. GOP, I was grateful to see that a judge had said they cannot purge 200,000 voters in Wisconsin the way they had planned to. That still leaves with Georgia, that leaves 500,000 voter registrations and voters that will be purged off the voting rolls. We have to stay on them about that in Congress. In Georgia, start calling them. Call your governor. Tell him, no, you're not going to do that bullshit. All right. There is my P.O. box, and I would like to get your postcard, letters, or whatever. Grace and I enjoy reading what we do get. If you feel I keep you entertained and informed, that's the more important thing, being informed so that we can stay on top of this fight and get back our democracy. We are the guardians of liberty. And there is no charge for what I do, but anything that you can do to help me is appreciated. I love this Blue Dot family. Hello, Bonnie. All right. Like I said, I was just going to make this a little bit shorter than normal because I got to get back to it and start working on tomorrow, but that'll be later on. We've got a big debate tonight. The only thing I will say about that is that Sanders and Warren need to get their differences worked out. We do not need a circular firing squad on the stage tonight. Let's not mess up now, Democrats. We can't afford this to be happening. Other than that, as I've told you, I try to stay unbiased on the whole thing. That's the reason I don't say who I like or who I'm pulling for in this fight. All I know is we must vote blue no matter who, and that includes everyone. Do not sit this one out if you're disappointed and your candidate doesn't get nominated. This is much more important. This is our country we have to take back. All right, y'all. We'll let you go with peace. Resist and persist. Persistence is a key here. We have to stay on them. It looks like we may have to start taking to the streets in a peaceful manner. That kind of pressure works because the whole world gets to see that pressure against the dumbass in the White House. All right. Have a good one and share this shit, America. We have to get this out. And thank you, Blue Dots. I love the whole Blue Dot family. I have never felt so at home with any group of people that I've ever met in person or anything else. I mean, this is one hell of a family, and I'm very proud and humbled to be a part of it. Thank you for watching. And like I said, share this shit, get it out there. And I'll see you on Facebook tomorrow. Have a good one. Watch the debates tonight. Bye-bye.